Howdy and hello, I'm OhDough. Hope you're doing good. The newest Warbond is garbage. Let me explain. Polar Patriots, the first weapon you can get is the Tenderizer. And on the surface, it doesn't look that bad to some folks. Sure, it looks like a Liberator, because it kind of is. The only difference is you get 10 less shots and 5 less recoil. But the description is hilarious. A high caliber assault rifle with a restrictive magazine, but more stopping power. When you hear stopping power, the assumption for me is more damage. Yet the same damage here is the damage you see on the Liberator, 60 for both guns. Liberator has this description: the Siege standard assault rifle, balancing power, fire rate, and weight for a reliable weapon against smaller targets. We're stopping Wilburs with the Tenderizer. Big dubs, brother. The Tenderizer has to get nerfed, guys. It's slapping Wilburs across the map with 35 rounds in the magazine. That's just too much damage. Look at that. You can one-shot Wilburs. Just not good. It's objectively not good. Isn't the Liberator in the very first Warbond in the first place, the free one? Or maybe it's the gun you have out the gate. I think it's the gun you get for just playing the game. Anywho, we have the motivational shocks. Allows Helldivers to recover faster after being slowed by an attack. Hunter, jab, possibly Bile Titan spew. I didn't test it thoroughly. I barely noticed the difference if it's even working in the first place. But even if it's working, you just run muscle enhancement and you get more bonuses past just what this gives you. If this gave you a speed boost, that would be something. And that's kind of what I assume motivational shocks would be. It gives you a jolt of movement when you get slowed. Otherwise, what's the point in running this? Just run muscle enhancement and you get more bonuses than just having slow mitigation from attacks and whatnot. And this does not mitigate EMS, which is fine. Moving on, we have the Pummeler SMG. This gives you concussive force. You can legit stun certain monsters. This gun's not consistent at stunning the medium mobs. I wouldn't even call these guys medium. He's just pressing W. But if you hit him again, it's just not consistent. Right there. Well, why was that not working earlier? Do bugs have a weird buff where they just don't get scared? But the thing with SMGs, they're best with ballistic shield. That's the whole point in running them. They're single-handed. That's a big factor to keep in mind. And the ballistic shield requires a single-handed gun to use. So Pummeler would be fantastic if headshots could stun Devastators. But headshots don't stun Devastators. Neither do body shots. Here. It doesn't stun them. It's not good. It's not good. It's really bad. What the heck? What is the point in using the weapon, dude? What? If you can't stun Devastators, there's no point in using it. There's really no point. He's karate chopping. I know I'm not... Sure, you can't stun the Hulks. I'm not trying to. How is that fair? How is that fair? He's stunned and he's doing moves. So I was thinking that SMG would be good. If you could stun Devastators, you could then have a shot and kill them. But maybe that's more balanced that way. But if that's the case, there's no point in running the gun. Like, sure, you can kill the smallest mobs in the game a bit faster. I really think that medium armor pin would have been the play. So all you're really doing against the bots, where ballistic shield is useful, because on the bugs, ballistic shield does not block melee attacks. It's useless. All you're doing is concussing the smallest mobs in the entire game that also require you to shoot them more than once with this gun, given the current damage. Awesome. What is the point in using it? The whole thing is it's good with ballistic shield, or things that require a single hand. So far, nothing is good. Then we have the Incendiary Impact Grenade. This is good. I like this. You get explosion damage of 150. It's instant and leaves behind a fire trail, a fire blast that does fire damage to folks that walk inside of it. That's cool. I like that. We got the Purifier, which is effectively a Scorcher with 50 more damage, medium armor penetration, and a charge up. I don't think Scorcher has medium pen, but the damage profile is essentially the exact same as a Scorcher. But you gotta charge your shots, and it's not a fast charge either. Slight correction, it's more aligned with the Plasma Punisher. The difference is the Plasma Punisher has a larger radius, no medium pin, and no charge up. It does kind of the same thing. They both stun stuff. Kind of interesting. Just saying. This is taking me around 3 to 4 shots to kill Devastators. You get 15 shots per magazine, which is cool. But what's the point in using this over a Scorcher that I can fire instantly and requires roughly the same shots to kill Devastators in the first place? There's no reason to use this. If you have a charge up, that makes it take more time. The charge up would mean you should have a bit more damage to compensate. But it don't. It has 50 more damage. But these numbers, they don't really change breakpoints in a way that matters. I haven't tried the Deagle, and I don't think I need to. 125 damage is cool. For this, give me 2 of them. If I can dual wield Deagles, I don't care if it's good or not, I'll have fun. And that's what matters. What matters most here is making new weapons, not necessarily really good. Make them decent. Make them on par with other weapons in a neat way. This is on par, but worse. So it's not neat anymore. And you're also wasting time charging it, so that's also not fun either. Deagles would be really fun if you just had 2 of them. You only get 1, as far as I know. If you get 2, that'd be sick. And for armor, we got the passives, Scout. This is like no new passives. So we have another Scout armor. It's light. It's cool. It looks neat, I guess. Then we got Kodiak armor, fortified. Looks kind of cool. And the Winter Warrior, servo assisted. If you gave me a winter passive that let me walk through snow and not be penalized as much, that would be enough. That'd be enough of a passive to be good for me, because I love playing on snow maps. They're fun. They look great. But the snow do be rolling you a bit. So I take muscle enhancement. Giving me armor that can help me mitigate the snow slowing me down, even though it's very specific, would be good enough. And I'm not sure why we have 2 heavy armors. Winter Warrior, heavy. And then we have heavy Kodiak. I feel that it'd be better just to give me a new passive on medium, light, and heavy armor. And since it's snow themed, Polar Patriots walk through snow easier and 1 extra passive bonus. I'm not sure what it would be. Whatever y'all think makes sense. But so far, the Warbonds, they just get worse, man. This Warbond is the worst in the game for sure. But that's only... Is it though? So here's the thing. Democratic Detonation was the other really bad Warbond. When it came out, it wasn't that bad though, initially. Let's go over that real quick to give you a comparison here. Because both these Warbonds are bad, and what these Warbonds being bad does is it makes people less excited for new Warbonds. That's what happens when you make really bad Warbonds that don't give folks a reason to get amped for them. So to explain this, we have the Thermite Grenade. Folks couldn't use it out the gate since it didn't even work if you're in a party. It didn't do fire damage because of the fire dot bug. That's fixed now. It's still not crazy good, but some folks like it. So we'll give this a medium rating so far. Adjudicator, garbage. It was really bad out the gate. There's no defending it. Bad weapon. It got some slight changes here. It's still not a good weapon. Then we have second page with the Eruptor. Folks liked this when it first launched. It did big damage. They liked it. Shrapnel was cool. They discovered you could one-shot chargers, which I do believe is a massive exploit. The thing it's not is hilarious, and you're smoked beyond belief. But they changed it in a way to make it worse than it was, because now it takes you multiple shots to kill things that you can kill in the same rate with a Jar 5. So what's the point in running a Eruptor that has 5 shots per magazine, a slower fire rate, and can explode in your face when you could just run Jar and get the same result? That's how folks feel. So this Eruptor now feels bad. They nerfed it. The booster, Expert Extraction Pilot, lowers the time it takes for extraction shuttle to reach the extraction beacon. That's boring. Even if it removed the entire extraction wait time, it wouldn't be fun to use, but it'd be good. So maybe that'd be kind of crazy. If it cut it in half, it'd be nuts. Right now it's like I think 15%. Grenade pistol, goated beyond belief. Amazing weapon here, but not enough to make the Warbond feel better. Exploding crossbow. This was bad, but some folks liked it, but it also got nerfed. The explosion radius has gotten gutted. And that kind of made a lot of sense, because now you have a weapon that no one's going to use because it has a crazy slow reload speed, a slow firing projectile. What's the point in using it? And 420 damage, don't be fooled. That does not feel as if it's 420 damage at all. That feels as if it's 200. So we have 2 Warbonds that are effectively not good and only have maybe 2 things maybe per Warbond that would make folks say, that's kind of interesting. That's not good, because this is the new content folks look forward to, is Warbonds and patches, and so far the patches usually only hold nerfs to folks' favorite weapons and very minor buffs to things that no one uses, so it doesn't get them eager to play new stuff. Then the Warbonds are doing the exact same thing. And they're working together with the patches to make things that folks do like feel worse. New Warbond comes out. Folks can almost guarantee themselves half the things won't be that useful. If at all, they'll probably be useless. And then the things that are useful might get nerfed to the point that they're no longer fun to use, like the crossbow, which wasn't that useful, but it got nerfed, and the Eruptor, which was useful and got nerfed. That is not good. So I make that video saying the devs are killing the game, namely the balance devs. That's not a joke. When you have new content updates that don't get anyone interested, you are effectively killing your game. Because folks that were playing it no longer care about new content. That's not good. I'll never understand why the devs are so focused on making us feel so weak while also making the game feel more challenging. It's not true difficulty, if that's the case. And if you have to hamstring the players and then call it challenging, that's really bad game design, brother. The best thing about the new Warbond, if you gave medium armor pin to every single weapon, you'd only have 2 good weapons. It'd be the SMG and the pistol. Everything else would still be pretty bad. That's not great. I don't see the idea behind making primary weapons feel so bad. They should be good at killing chaff enemies, small and medium. The vast majority of primary and secondary weapons feel less than half decent against the smallest enemies in the game. And it makes them also feel not very fun. By small, I mean things such as the Hunters and Wilburs even. It'll take some guns 3 shots to kill a Wilbur. 2, and for Hunters, 3 or 4 shots. When there's 40 Hunters on you, that doesn't make your weapon feel good. Stick with your team. That's the worst excuse to make weapons feel terrible in this game possible. That's why the game feels bad. That Mojo Jojo is Garbaggio. Sure, it's a team-based game, but that shouldn't mean that you rely on your team to have a good time. That's dumb. That is some dumb rhetoric to keep spouting about. Understand that, please. And weapons should just have a bit more... They have some usefulness, sure, but right now the usefulness is this. Bad weapons that no one wants to use ever. Good weapons that folks are getting tired of being forced to use because they're just the good options. That's the game right now for primary weapons and secondary. There's a lot of options, but very little choice. Primary weapons should be good against chaff enemies, and they should feel impactful against these mobs. Right now, primary weapons feel as though they're hood ornaments unless you have a select few. The good ones I won't name because the devs will nerf them. I'm keeping them secret. This is the freaking witness protection program for primary weapons because the devs can't be trusted right now. That's sad. I'm scared. I logged in. I had one goal. I wanted to do a full mission using the SMG and ballistic shield. Turns out the SMG is really bad against the bots, so that chalked my plans. Back to V-Rising I go. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Peace.